Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're doing something a little different.
Oh,
Yeah, instead of news or research, we're diving into a story.
interesting.
Yeah, a piece of creative writing called The Gift of the Half for Its Whole by
Okay.
Gabriela Petrescu. It's a bilingual Romanian-English book.
Wow.
And trust me, it's more fascinating than it might sound at first.
It's interesting you bring up that point. We often think of deep dives as analyses of hard facts,
Right.
but stories can be incredibly insightful,
Yeah.
sometimes even more so because they resonate with us on a deeper level.
Exactly. This one is like a fable, simple on the surface, but with layers of meaning. It's about a half bean on a quest to find its other half so it can finally feel whole.
That premise itself raises an important question. What does it truly mean to be whole?
Right.
Is it something we find externally in a person or experience? Or is it something we cultivate from within? That seems to be the heart of what this story explores.
Okay, so picture this. Our little half bean is traveling along a cobblestone road.
Okay.
The author paints such vivid images of the landscape changing around it.
Yeah.
Like it's traveling through the seasons. We see vibrant fields, hills bursting with color, even a snowy landscape at one point.
I think the changing landscapes are more than just scenery. They seem to reflect the half-bean's internal state, mirroring the emotional ups and downs of its journey.
Oh, interesting.
It's a powerful way to show how our inner world often manifests in our outer experiences.
I hadn't thought of it like that, but you're right. And along the way, our half-bean has all these interesting encounters with other half-beans.
Oh.
Yeah. It meets one with a fancy top hat,
Okay.
another sporting a stylish red hat,
Wow.
even a half-bean who's a teacher.
Each encounter seems to offer a glimpse of what the half-bean thinks it's looking for. Joy, connection, completion. But there's this sense of fleeting happiness, a hint that something isn't quite right.
Yes. Each encounter brings initial joy, but ultimately ends in disappointment. The half-bean just can't seem to find the perfect fit, so it keeps moving, searching, hoping for something more.
This resonates with so many of us, don't you think? We've all had moments when we felt incomplete, like something was missing.
Right.
And often we try to fill that void with external things or relationships.
This is so relatable, and that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
The half-bean stumbles upon a strange, round house nestled in the snowy mountains.
Uh-huh.
It's drawn to it like a beacon of hope. It goes inside, settles by the fireplace, and falls asleep.
I see.
And that's when the story takes this incredible, dreamlike turn.
This feels like a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
The story shifts from external searching to a journey inward,
Okay.
into the depths of the half-bean subconscious. The dream itself is rich with symbolism.
All right, so in the dream, all those other half-beans from before reappear. But here's the twist.
Yeah.
The half-bean suddenly realizes they're all just different versions of itself.
It's a brilliant way to show how our perceptions shape our reality.
What?
The half-bean's internal beliefs and insecurities are projected outward, manifesting as these seemingly separate entities.
It's mind-blowing. And then this mysterious voice starts talking to the half-bean in the dream.
Okay.
It says, you see, in all this traveling, believing you're not whole, you've brought into your experience what you believe about yourself.
That line is the crux of the story, wouldn't you say? It suggests that our external reality often mirrors our internal state.
Right.
If we believe we're incomplete, we're likely to find evidence of that incompleteness everywhere we look.
It's like the half-bean was searching for itself in all the wrong places, trying to find validation and completeness outside of itself,
Yeah.
but it only ended up perpetuating its own sense of lack.
Exactly. The voice goes on to explain that those other half-beans were merely projections of the half-bean's own self-doubt.
Okay.
For example, the half-bean with the top hat represented its desire for status or recognition.
Wow, that's deep. And then the voice hits the half-bean with this powerful truth. You, feeling incomplete, could only meet what was inside you. Boom. Mic drop moment right there.
That's the core message, isn't it? It's a call to recognize our inherent wholeness, to stop seeking external validation and turn inward to discover the completeness that already resides within.
So after this major epiphany, the half-bean wakes up.
Yeah.
But it's not just waking up from a dream, it's waking up to a whole new way of seeing itself.
Interesting.
And this is where the imagery in the story gets really stunning.
I'm curious to hear more about that. What happens when the half-bean wakes up?
Well, remember how the half-bean was just, well, a half-bean before?
Yeah.
Now it's described as this incredibly vibrant plant thriving in a beautiful spring landscape.
Hmm.
It has leaves, flowers, and even pods filled with whole beans.
It's a striking transformation. The author uses this vivid imagery to show what happens when we embrace our wholeness.
Right.
It's like the half-bean has blossomed both literally and figuratively.
Exactly. It's no longer just searching, it's flourishing. And it
Wow.
gets even better. The half bean looks around and sees all these other perfect whole beans, each one peacefully dreaming its own dream.
That image really adds another layer to the story, doesn't it? It suggests that everyone, even those who appear whole and complete,
Right.
is on their own unique journey of self-discovery. It's a beautiful reminder of our interconnectedness.
It makes you think about how we can learn and grow from each other, even if we're all on different paths.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not about finding a missing piece in someone else, but about recognizing the wholeness within ourselves and supporting others in finding theirs.
I love that perspective.
Right.
It shifts the focus from lack to abundance.
Right.
Instead of seeking what we perceive as missing, we can celebrate the unique gifts we each bring to the world.
So let's pause for a moment and think about what this means for us, the listeners. Why should we care about the journey of this little half bean?
I think this story offers a profound message about self-love and acceptance. It's a reminder that we are already whole, even if we don't always feel that way.
Yeah.
The key is to stop looking for external validation
Right.
and instead turn inward to discover the completeness that already exists within us.
It's like the story is saying, hey, you don't need to search for your other half. You are already a whole bean.
Exactly. And once we embrace that truth,
Yeah.
we can start expressing our own unique gifts and talents, just like the half-bean did when it blossomed into that vibrant plant.
It's incredibly empowering, wouldn't you say? We all have this incredible potential within us,
Right.
but we might not even see it if we're too busy looking for something outside ourselves to complete us.
That brings us back to the question we posed earlier. What does it mean to be whole?
Yeah.
This story suggests that true wholeness isn't about achieving some external goal or finding the perfect partner.
Right.
It's about recognizing and accepting ourselves, imperfections and all.
It's about owning our individual journeys, embracing our strengths and weaknesses, and realizing that our perceived flaws are often what make us unique and beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Imagine if the half-bean had realized its own wholeness sooner.
Right.
It could have avoided so much searching and heartache.
That's a great point. The story seems to be saying that the real journey is one of self-discovery and self-acceptance.
Yeah.
And when we embark on that journey, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities.
And that journey, though deeply personal, isn't meant to be traveled alone. The image of all those other beings,
Yeah.
each dreaming its own dream,
Right.
reminds us that we're all in this together.
I love that. We can support each other, share our experiences, and celebrate each other's growth.
So, listener, we invite you to reflect on your own journey.
Okay.
Have you ever felt like that little half-bean,
Mm-hmm.
searching for something external to make you feel complete? Perhaps a relationship,
Yeah.
a certain job title, or even a specific number of social media followers.
It's easy to fall into that trap of believing that happiness lies somewhere out there.
Right.
But this story encourages us to challenge that belief and turn our attention inward.
Yeah.
What if the key to fulfillment isn't about finding something, but about realizing what we already possess?
That's a powerful thought, isn't it? We already have everything we need to live a rich and meaningful life. It's all within us, waiting to be discovered and expressed.
To recap, we've delved into this beautiful story about a half-bean on a quest for wholeness. But the true journey was one of self-discovery, a realization that the wholeness it sought was always present within.
The story highlights the importance of self-acceptance, encouraging us to embrace our perceived flaws and recognize our inherent worth.
And it leaves us with this question, what does it mean to be whole in our own lives? It's something worth pondering, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a question that can guide us on our individual journeys and shape our interactions with the world.
And speaking of those other beings, each one dreaming its own dream, that final image has really stuck with me.
Right.
It's like the story is saying that the journey of self-discovery isn't a destination, but a continuous process of growth and evolution.
I agree. Even after finding wholeness, the half-bean's story doesn't end.
Right.
It expands outward, encompassing all those other beings, each with its own unique path and dreams.
It makes you wonder, what are those other beings dreaming about? Are they going through similar struggles and triumphs on their own journeys?
It's an intriguing thought. This story beautifully illustrates the cyclical nature of self-discovery, suggesting that each generation embarks on its own version of this journey.
Yeah.
adding its own unique experiences and insights to the collective wisdom.
Perhaps that's part of the gift that the half-being ultimately gives back to the world.
Right.
By embracing its own wholeness, it inspires others to do the same,
Hmm.
creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond its own individual experience.
It's a beautiful sentiment, isn't it? Our own journeys, our own dreams can leave a lasting legacy,
Yeah.
inspiring and guiding those who come after us.
It really highlights the interconnectedness of our experiences, doesn't it? Even though we each have our own unique journeys, we're all part of something larger, something that connects us all.
It reminds me of that saying, we're all just walking each other home.
Oh, yeah.
We may be on different paths, but we're ultimately heading in the same direction towards greater understanding, compassion, and wholeness.
I love that. And maybe, just maybe, the wisdom and insights we gain along the way can illuminate the path for others, making their journeys a little bit easier.
It's a beautiful thought.
Hmm.
By embracing our own wholeness, we become beacons of light for others, guiding them towards their own potential for growth and transformation.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the gift of the half for its whole, I want to leave you, dear listener, with one final thought to ponder.
Okay?
What dreams are you nurturing within you? What possibilities are waiting to be unlocked?
And how might your unique journey, your own gift of the half, inspire others to embrace their wholeness and step into their own brilliance?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. It's been a true pleasure exploring this insightful and heartwarming story with you. And remember, you are already whole. You are already the gift.